Good morning. What a bizarre turn of events. Totally bizarre turn of events, right? United Nations coming onto your soil to inspect His Majesty's prisons. Why would that be? Why would you let a foreign power come and do that? Who is that power? So we look at the Attorney General of New South Wales acting on behalf of the Governor of New South Wales, acting on behalf of our Crown, being inspected by the United Nations. Why would that be, Attorney General of New South Wales? And why did you deny them? And why is that such an international incident right now with Al Jazeera and Deutsche Network and a few other news majors that have published this? You've hit an international incident from your little state of New South Wales because you're hiding something, aren't you? I made a bunch of phone calls yesterday to all of these people that are involved, and everyone in the state of New South Wales is in shutdown mode. Half of these phone numbers go to answering machines, and the other half don't want to talk, do they? They realise they've made a big error in their judgment, like they have done in the past, that has caused them to commit, on record, blabbed out on record, mind you, their full admittance of their guilt of the things the United Nations has actually come here to tell them that they want to look over to see if they are doing. And the Attorney General of New South Wales, he doesn't know what to say as he congratulates all the other states for doing what his state refused to do. That's a real weird one, Attorney General. Why would you congratulate everyone else and then deny? What are you hiding? If you've got nothing to hide, why don't you just open up that door? It's the public trust, isn't it? You're wasting the public trust on experimentation, forced medical procedures. You promoting quack science into the courtroom? Are you committing acts of torture, intimidation? Are you taking people's liberties away from them, Attorney General of New South Wales? Because I then rang all of the people of the federal government that are involved. And although some of the lower departments have no comment, they weren't assholes about it. Were they, Penny Wong's office? Were they, Attorney General of Australia? Both of your officers are in holy shit mode. You know there's a problem. You know there's a massive problem. You know that this opens the door to the entry of United Nations peacekeepers. You know this is a massive international incident at which you're not in the right seat at the moment. You've allowed these things to occur within your administration under the rules of Usufruct Hague 4 War on Land Article 55, ratified 26th of January 1910. You entered into those agreements in 1967, lowering Admiralty Ensign. You became party and administrator. You became administrator with those rules of usufruct at the peril of your own lives. The United Nations is the policeman in the matter, and you very well know this as you go into panic mode. I tried to warn you all in the past, but Christian Porter's got a lot to answer for there, doesn't he? So it's now at a time, everyone, where it can now easily be proven that what I spoke to you all about in the last 10 years is 100% fact. the United Nations is overseeing foreign administrating powers in your land, at which those powers are now being audited, and those that have gone outside of the rules of usufruct at the peril of their lives face the consequences of those actions. Don't they, Attorney General of New South Wales? This is why you're backpedaling in your comments. This is why you're not allowing them into your corrections facilities. It's because you've committed these actions many, many times in the past. You've got a lot to hide. Your departments of mental health, corrective services, the judiciary, the police, they have a lot to answer for, don't they, Attorney General of New South Wales, who won't let the United Nations inspectors in to oversee their facilities while under OPCAT agreements or conventions signed by Malcolm Turnbull in 2017, making New South Wales obligated to opening the door for the United Nations to come and see if this administrating body has committed any international criminal offences, just like in the Brereton report. It's starting to come full circle, and the Attorney General, they kind of know it this time. I don't know whether they believed it over the years, but right this moment, when UN inspectors will probably be writing them up for failing in their obligations at international law while under conventions and treaties, opens this country up to full-scale war according to the law of nations. A country that fails to adhere to its treaties demonstrates to other countries that it doesn't adhere to its treaties and opens itself up to war. This is what the Attorney General of New South Wales has done. This is what employees of that system in New South Wales have done, causing an international incident where the Attorney General of New South Wales had the opportunity to speak otherwise to his staff, but chose to stand in party line instead, creating an international incident, creating an open door for a whole bunch of things that his people have done in the past. It does come full circle, and the warnings were there. I told you this would be inevitable.